Today's video is about safety, specifically about protection. So how to protect myself when doing archery. When I first started archery in 2018, I hit my elbow on the inner side quite often, and so I needed bracers. You can buy bracers that go from here up to here, but this was also not working for me, so I have started creating bracers myself, matching the bow that I had at that point of time. And so I started to do it. Like this, for example, this was a bracer made for my Hannish bow, and I've created a quiver set for this one, and so this one is matching the set. And it's made of leather. Here we have a horn plate, and then you have an elastic band, two wooden buttons, and then you can just attach it like this. And same I did for others, for example for my Dacian. Zaf has allowed me to use his logo and do it like this. So it was a lot of fun creating these bracers. And as you can see, I love fur, and so I have put fur onto the bracers. This is just for decoration, and no, they didn't do any harm to the string and vice versa. This was made for my Scythian bow, and yeah, it's always important to match the colors. And then there came a time when I didn't need bracers anymore, so I don't wear them anymore. Nevertheless, I have them, and it's nice if you have a start in archery to protect your arms. So then, first I had tabs, yeah, for Mediterranean release. There are a lot of tabs. I recommend VLBB. So they do. He is doing just awesome tabs. If you have, wait, I fetch them and show it to you. Okay, I fetched a few of my VLBB split finger tabs. I decided to get split finger tabs because I wanted to shoot the hunter style. If you shoot 3 fingers under, you need it differently. Right, I was left-handed then. Then you don't have it that way. Here for the split fingers you get a how is it called? Good question. Not yet. I don't know yet. Maybe I remember later and then I note it down here. Laszlo is creating these wooden spacers by himself. So they're all handmade. You can't buy them. And just look. He's doing this just nicely, and for a 3-finger tab under, you don't have it, and you have just this loop, and yeah, then you have it below. Yeah, so, but you don't need a spacer here. For split fingers, you need it. Yeah, and his tabs are just the best, I think. It's my personal opinion. Here's a new one. Yeah, so it's look like this in the beginning. Here we have 2 leather pieces. This is Cordovan leather, and this is a softer leather. And you need it because if you shoot, you see that the leather moves. Yeah, and here the string should be if you do it. Yeah, so very nice tabs. In case you still shoot Mediterranean style, you need these ones. But then I switched to thumb draw. And at first I printed a simple thumb ring myself to try. Yeah, it was working somehow, but I was not educated in the style, so it was a bit difficult. And then I have watched Armin Himmer's videos a lot. Then there was some time recommendation for this one. So this is a leather protection you can put on. Yeah, and you see that it's not used. Guess why? This is extremely thick, and for me this doesn't work properly. I was used to cordovan leather, which is much thinner, extremely durable, and this is, yeah, it was like running with clocks. So this is no. But this ring somehow worked. But yeah, I wanted to try out more. Then I tried this. You find it, I think, on Amazon. Yeah, it was okay, but still not my favorite. But it's working somehow. Then I got, I think this is horn. This is a horn ring. You see, it doesn't fit me anymore. Then I got this printed ring. This is too large for me, so I got it as a present. So you can 3D print a thumb ring and try what fits you best. Yeah, you can try a lot with 3D modeling, and when you have found out what you like the most, then you can go for the ring you really want. I tried out shallow rings as well, one in silver, one with out of horn. I tried it, but still not really mine. Then for Manchu, I have a Manchu ring, and this ring, I still struggle how to put this on, is too small meanwhile. And first it was too large, and if I put it on my finger, something gets pressed and then the thumb swells and then it's too small. I got this printed version as a present, and this was working much nicer because this is not round, it's a bit oval. Yeah, so you can put in, lock, and then it's quite nice. Whereas this ring is round. I think it's quite obvious, yeah, you can see it. Manchu rings are a topic of itself, so it's hard to get one that really fits. Yet I skip the Korean male ring, the Sukagi. This is a special version. The Koreans have also the female ring, which is somehow similar to this one, somehow. Yeah, and since I needed to practice or wanted to practice and none of the rings was really fitting me, I began to create myself a leather protection. And one of the early ones is this one. You can see that there are traces in. At first it looks like more or less this, it's stiff, or this, yeah, this is just the pure leather. I've created here this one to show you how to do it, just in case you want to create one yourself. So this one I have done, oh, it's broken here, for myself. So, and then you can just use it. Mind that you need more elasticity here where the joint is, yeah, so that you can bend your thumb. But then your thumb is protected. This version here allows you to put it on both thumbs if you have two. And then you have the thumb protection when pulling, or the thumb protection if the arrow is lying on the thumb, so you don't scratch yourself. So this version here, this is a bit thicker, and it's not easy to bend because you can see probably the thickness differences. So this one doesn't bend easy, and if I use it for this hand, it doesn't need to bend. And maybe you have noticed that I have put metal here. This is because the feathers cut the leather. Originally it was leather. So the feathers cut here, and so they cut the leather away quite easily. So I've done it like this. So, and furthermore, you can see that the end is open, and you have, oh, how shall I show it to you? This is how it looks like. You have here the joint, and if you hold it like this, the arrow slides here. Since every thumb is a little different, you can just create yourself a pattern similar like this. Looks funny, but this happens if you put it around here. You can see how it works. Yeah. I put a sample of this on millimeter paper at the end of the video, and then you can make a screenshot and work from there if you like. So this is how it looks like if you use cordovan leather. Again, this is not even a millimeter, I think, but this is durable, and you have a good feeling if you use it. And relatively soon you will have here then a depression caused by the string. Yeah, and then you take a thread. Would be good if you don't make it too tight here. You could be using an elastic band as well. Then you punch larger holes in it. But just mind that it's going to get scratched. You can also use, like I have done, a bit of thin metal. So, like this, yeah, and then you go from side to side. Yeah, mind that you don't make it too tight, but it should be tight so that it doesn't fall off. Yeah, and then you go from here to there until the end. And what I like is to secure it with a band. So I have here the lower two holes where I put a band through, a leather band in this case, and have this kind of fixing. Yeah, I think this is known to everybody. Yeah, and this is how it can look like. Yeah, I've added here this metal pieces because it tends to get off, and to hold it more onto the to the thumb, to put it down here, I've added these holes. You don't need to. If it's already okay for you, then it's fine. If you want to use it for thumb protection at the pull hand, then you would need to have these additional loops or holes. Then it looks like this. Yeah, but this is how it goes, and then you have a thumb protection you can use for the pulling hand and for the bow hand. Quite easy. This was the predecessor of this one. This was just for the bow hand. And then I got the idea, well, why can't I attach the thumb protection for the pulling hand here as well? And this is the result. Like this. Yeah. And the thinner the leather is, the easier it bends, but I recommend cordovan leather. I know this is hard to get meanwhile. It's really expensive, but it's the best you can do. You will feel the difference if you get hand on it and try it yourself. Here in this case it's really thin, so it's hardly noticeable, but for lower pounages it's far enough. And here this is a little bit thicker, and this is really thick. Yeah, so every cordovan leather is a bit different. If you get rests or something, fine. You do not need much. So this is for an S thumb. Yeah? And if you have big hands, well, of course it's a bit larger, but you need then 10 centimeters or so, maybe, or 12. Yeah, and you see it's more rectangular than square. Okay, this is about the thumb protection. And then I saw regarding thumb rings, bamboo archery advertisements, and I tried it. You have seen I've tried many rings, and so I tried this one as well. And indeed, these 2 rings are the ones. So I have two, one smaller for winter and one slightly larger for summertime. And these 2 rings are the ones I use for daily thumb archery. And first of all, I was struggling to use them properly, but nowadays it's easy. You just put it on, so you see here it's oval as well. So you lock it, and it's half of a shallow ring, so you do not bend it like this. It's more open, so more relaxed for the thumb. And yeah, I love these ones. Yeah, so they're really cool, and since I have these ones, I don't use the other ones anymore. And they don't hurt my thumb, it's all working fine. But just having like this and pulling, I always had the arrow scratching here my index finger. And then I got a recommendation from a fellow archer, from Nico. He said, well, why don't you use a glove? And these are gloves from Toro. And I've cut away the thumb because I have a thumb ring, so I do not need the protection here. But these ones are very handy, and you can see the traces here. So this is what the arrows do to this glove, but not to my hand anymore. And so I have then the ring I put on. I can secure it here so it doesn't slide off, never does. I have then a proper protection for my index finger, and for the other hand I could have used a glove as well. Yeah, so if you get it, there is already something onto it, but I'm used to my system here, and so I don't use the left-hand glove in the moment, so it's still new. And so this is my bow hand, and then I pull. So for me this is the perfect system. For you it might be a little different, but this might be some kind of, maybe I gave you some ideas how you can change something in case you are not fully happy with the set you already have. Then you can give it a try. Yeah, so there are many other thumb protections out there, so it's worth trying. Yeah, give it a try. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Just because this one works for me doesn't mean that it works for you as well. So we are all different, and so the solutions are different as well. But I wanted to show you because there was a question that I probably can introduce it. So these gloves are from Toro. These rings are made from, or by Ronald from Bamboo Archery. This ring was printed, 3D printed by Martin Hanusch. This match ring was created by Alibo. Unknown, Alibo, shadow ring, Alibo, 3D printed. And this horn ring I don't know anymore. I think this is easy to get, I don't know anymore from where. And VLBB tabs. All right, and Racer you can do yourself. And just make it cool. Yeah, if you spend the time on creating something yourself, enjoy it and make it the way that you really love to use it. Okay, that's already it for today, and if you have questions, please write it down in the comment, and wish you a great start into the week. Enjoy this rest of the Sunday, and yeah, enjoy archery. Thank you. Bye-bye.